Hi guys, this video is going to be mostly about my first impressions of the house of Zoologist. It's a house that I'm kind of digging into right now, and I find it really intriguing, inspiring. They have something new to offer my nose. And before we jump into that, I'd like to share with you that some of the videos that I made when I just started my channel, they no longer represent my true opinions about these fragrances. And I mean, they were true at the time. I was honest at the time, but like I think I made a video with like, these are my favorite fragrances, and now I no longer own some of these fragrances. And just the other day I wore, just because I wanted a safe reach, I was going dancing, I wore Granada from Memo Paris. And it's been my favorite, one of my absolute favorites for like several years. And now I just find that it kind of bores me. It doesn't inspire me anymore. It's beautiful. I still find it beautiful. It has honey and white florals, orange flower, and it has pomegranate, or I think Fragrantica lists grenadine, and I think grenadine is made from pomegranate. And it's just kind of like the perfect grab, really feminine, beautiful, flirtatious kind of fragrance that anybody would like. And I always get compliments, so I do recommend it. I just find like, I wish they just sold smaller bottles, because I'm never going to go through all that. But I guess I can just kind of like, and I don't really, I mean, I can split it and decant it and stuff, but I just find it's so much work that I don't usually do that. So I end up finally maybe swapping them. So my collection is in constant rotation. I just wanted to say that. So if I say that something is wonderful one day, maybe another day I'll just find that, oh, this has got to go, because it has become a dust collector, because I've acquired something that's maybe a little bit better. Anyway, one of my most recent purchases, I think I mentioned that in a fragrance haul video, my only fragrance haul video, is Koala from Zoologist. And this is the first fragrance that I actually own from this house. I've also, during the summer, become very much acquainted with the fragrance Squid. And if I just start by mentioning, I just passed that on to somebody. I used it. I really like it. I really find it inspiring. And it's marine and inky and smoky. I think it has like incense and marine notes and kind of vanillic base. But I kind of ended up deciding that it's too difficult to wear for me. It's too weird, that combination. I think that if I wear something marine, maybe I'd want it to be more like fresh. Kind of like, I have some other like more marine fragrances that I prefer, that have like more ambergris. I wonder if that one, let's see, does that one have, I don't have the notes listed right here. That one, I think that has the note of ambergris, but it's not natural ambergris. They don't use any animal products in their fragrances, so it's synthetically made, but it's really done nicely. I find it a very nicely made fragrance, and I think many people would like it, even though you might not be into marine fragrances. This one is really kind of an interesting take on it. Many compare it to, I don't know exactly what it's called, the one from Armani Privé. It's called like Turquoise Bleu or something like that, or Malachite maybe. It's in those, Rouge Malachite. It's a kind of a sister fragrance. That one's in the turquoise bottle. And I've tried them actually side by side. I was so kind of excited about finding out if they were similar or not. And I can tell you that Squid is much more smoky. And in the dry down, they're really, really different, these fragrances. So it's definitely not blind buy worthy, neither of them. Okay, so this fragrance, I find, it's not difficult to wear, but it's nothing that I would pull out and wear to a party, this Koala. And I'll have to say about this line, I know they're extrait de parfum, but this one is not very potent at all. I was a little disappointed in discovering that. I love the bottle size. It's, I think, 60 or 65. Let's see if I can see this without my glasses. It's 60 milliliters, and I think that's a really nice size. I mean, I would prefer if they were like 35, like Mask Milano has a good size, I think, going. Because it would be more fun to be able to buy two and then try more fragrances. And I know they, at least the store that sells them here in Sweden, actually also does sell discovery sets where you get like 5 fragrances, 10 milliliters each. And you got to pay like, I think it's a little over $200, which is the same price as a full bottle of the more expensive fragrances from this house. They're like two categories. This one belongs to the little bit cheaper category. They just raised the prices here in Sweden, though. They're not cheap. It's like $180, and I think that the more expensive lines maybe 220 or something like that. Um, and the ones that are more expensive, like Musk Deer, Tyrannosaurus Rex, I think B. There are a few of them. I don't know if it has to do with the ingredients or what that is, but they're all X-ray concentrations. And I don't think this one, I would never have guessed. And they have really great sprayers, and they have beautiful bottles. And I like that a sprayer gives kind of, I don't know if you can see this, gives kind of a light shower, which is really nice. So you can kind of like decide for yourself. I mean, I love Perfum Aroma, but their sprayers are like, and you have to take like a huge spray that covers your whole arm. And it's just not, some of their fragrances are so potent, it's really hard to get the right amount. And I think that really sucks. So beautiful, beautiful presentation, I think. This one is it's kind of a woodsy, piney experience. It has eucalyptus, which is like a favorite note of mine. I get that same eucalyptus vibe from Decas, from Xerjoff. This one also has a little bit of incense. Let's see what it's got. It's got black tea, spices. It has a little vetiver, which I cannot pick up on really. Honey, citrus. Let's see, mimosa, which is kind of a note that's growing on me a little bit. It's not dominant at all. It's just a really nice blend of notes. And I think that, but it's mostly of all kind of a woodsy experience with like oak moss and woods and musk and kind of a vanillic ambery base. But I kind of find a little bit like curl up on the couch and enjoy it. That's kind of when I'm going to wear this, or like daytime, maybe running errands and that type of thing. I wouldn't choose this to go to a party or like a big event or something, not on a date either, although I really think it's a safe, this would not offend anyone. And because it is kind of a, I wouldn't maybe call it a skin scent, but it's not, it doesn't project that much. I was a little disappointed in that actually. And I think it's important to say these things, but I find that there's more to discover in the scent. Like when I wear it again and again, I think I'll discover new facets of it. It's beautiful. I don't regret buying it at all. And I think it's just such a new, interesting take on fragrances. I know there's another now Polish house called Wolf Brothers. They also now have perfumes that are called different animal names like wolf and bear, and I just think that that's kind of like a little bit copying this idea. Although I can recommend Wolf. It's a really nice incense fragrance. I smelled it when I was in Warsaw in Poland, and I kind of thought, I should probably buy this here since I'm in Poland and it's a Polish house, but I have a store here in Sweden that also sells this fragrance, and I really want to buy from her because I think she's just kind of a passionate kind of person. This is the way I kind of spend my money. I'm not a web shopper. I don't like to shop on the web very much. I really like to, contribute to someone who's like passionate about perfume and was running their own store and maybe even, taking on another job to be able to afford it and knows everything about fragrance and just loves to help you when you're in there. I really try to spend my money so that I can like keep them in business. For me, that just feels good, even though it might be a little bit more expensive or instead of shopping somewhere else, I'm not a web shopper when it comes to perfume. I'm just kind of an emotional shopper. So I have to kind of really watch it so I don't spend too much or buy things too quickly, which I did actually when I went to this store, Fragrance and Art. They only ship to the Nordic countries, I think. So, but they have a great selection, and I just enjoyed myself so much. She was so nice to us, and that's when I usually end up going with several bottles, and I don't regret it. I mean, what's fun is now during the summer I probably picked up like 10 bottles. Now I have things I can swap with others. I do a lot of decant swapping, so that feels like I'm getting to know all kinds of fragrances for free. Although I did spend, of course, a lot of money on bottles. So I'm looking forward to digging more into this house. I recently mentioned that I tried Snowy Owl. I didn't like that at all. I really like Chameleon. My friend bought that when she was in. That was beautiful on her skin. It was kind of like an exotic fruits kind of fragrance. I think it had a little bit of a, coconut beachy kind of vibe, but it also has really interesting structure. I like a hummingbird. It's also kind of an easy reach, but I'm also looking forward to trying more things like um, just in general more fragrances from this house because I just find it really inspiring. Anyway, which are your favorites from Zoologist? Do you have any to recommend? That's all for today.